On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Trepidation.
A feeling of fear, anxiety, or apprehension about something uncertain or unknown, a state of alarm or nervousness that results from anticipating something frightening or dangerous.
Examples:
Trembling with trepidation. Sense of trepidation. She felt trepidation as she approached the podium to give her speech.
Dread.
To be very afraid of or worried about something that is going to happen or that might happen.
Examples:
Dread failure. Dread getting old. We all dread to think about what will happen if the company goes bankrupt.
Dictator.
A political leader who has complete power over a country, especially one who has obtained control by force.
Examples:
Military dictator. A dictator with enormous powers. A popular uprising led to the overthrow of the dictator.
Pierce.
To cut or make a way through with a sharp instrument.
Examples:
Pierce the armored shells. Pierce a mystery. The extreme cold pierced our bones.
Tint.
A shade or small amount of a color.
Examples:
Rosy tint lip. Tint color. This flower has milky white petals with a pink tint on its edges.
Trajectory.
The curved path followed by an object moving through space.
Examples:
Career trajectory. A trajectory missile. The company has shown an excellent growth trajectory over the years.
Well-being.
The state of being happy and healthy and prosperous.
Examples:
The well-being of a nation. A sense of well-being. We are responsible for the care and well-being of all our employees.
Yardstick.
A long, narrow strip of wood or metal that is marked with measurements, typically used to measure or compare the length, height, or width of something, a standard against which something can be compared or judged.
Examples:
Yardstick measurement. Yardstick comparison. Using test scores as a yardstick to measure intelligence is only sometimes reliable.
Emit.
To give off or send out something such as light, heat, sound, gas, etc.
Examples:
Emit a gamma ray. Emit air pollution. During the unloading, the container box emits a clicking sound.
Particulate.
Consisting of small particles, especially those that are suspended in a fluid or air.
Examples:
Particulate size. Particulate pollution. Smoke from forest fires is causing an increase in particulate matter in the air.
Homicide.
The act or instance of killing another person, murder, manslaughter, or other unlawful violent killings.
Examples:
Mass homicide, serial homicide. The detective was called to investigate a homicide in the city.
Autocracy.
A form of government in which one person has unlimited power and authority. A system of government in which a ruler or ruling class holds absolute power and controls all aspects of society.
Examples:
Fight against autocracy. Absolute autocracy. An autocracy with no democratic system in a place ruled the country.
Derision.
Contemptuous ridicule or mockery.
Examples:
Laugh in derision. Bitter derision. The audience greeted the comedian's jokes with derision.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Pundit.
An expert, authority, or knowledgeable commentator who frequently expresses opinions or gives analysis on a particular subject or issue.
Examples:
Conservative pundit. Sports pundit. The political pundit provided analysis and commentary on the latest election results.
Anesthesia.
A state of controlled, temporary loss of bodily sensation or awareness that is induced for medical purposes.
Examples:
Anesthesia for surgery. Local anesthesia. He is in general anesthesia under the surgeon.
Rankle.
To cause annoyance, resentment, or bitterness, to persistently irritate or provoke someone's feelings.
Examples:
Rankle with most people. Rankle in his mind. Her rude comment continued to rankle him for days.
Outmoded.
No longer in fashion or use, outdated or obsolete.
Examples:
Outmoded fashion. Outmoded business model. The company decided to replace its outmoded machinery with newer technology.
Superstition.
A belief or practice that is not based on science or reason and that is often connected with a religion.
Examples:
Superstition in religion. Believe in superstition. There is a surviving superstition that black cats are a symbol of bad luck.
Inexorable.
Describing a process or situation that is impossible to stop, prevent, or change, relentless, unyielding, or unstoppable in force or effect.
Examples:
inexorable decline, inexorable force. His inexorable determination to succeed made him a force to be reckoned with.
Vulgar.
Not having sophistication or good taste, making explicit and offensive references to sex or bodily functions.
Examples:
vulgar language, vulgar content. She was offended by his vulgar gesture.
Boardroom.
A room where the board of directors of a company or organization meets.
Examples:
boardroom meeting, boardroom decision. The corporate boardroom was filled with tense silence as the CEO presented the new plan.
Optimist.
A person who tends to expect the best in all things and to be hopeful and confident about the future.
Examples:
optimist by nature, excessive optimist. She is a confident optimist who always looks on the bright side.
Allude.
To suggest or make reference to something indirectly.
Examples:
allude to his low origin, allude to the planning. He alluded to the problem but did not mention it directly.
Pessimism.
A tendency to see the worst in things and anticipate adverse outcomes. A belief that the world is generally bad or that something will go wrong more often than it will go right.
Examples:
deep pessimism, sense of pessimism. The CEO's constant pessimism about the company's future affected employee morale.
Temperament.
A person's nature or disposition, especially as it permanently affects their behavior.
Examples:
the temperament of an engineer, a hysterical temperament. She has a calm temperament and never gets overly upset or angry.
Sustenance.
Food and drink that living things need to nourish their body.
Examples:
scanty sustenance, sustenance allowance. A regular job is often a spiritual sustenance.
Improvisation.
The act of making something up on the spot or creating or performing something without preparation.
Examples:
improvisation on stage, jazz improvisation. He created a beautiful piece of music using only improvisation.
Hundredfold.
100 times as great or as much.
Examples:
rise nearly hundredfold, improve hundredfold. The development.
Befall.
To happen or occur, especially unexpectedly or by chance, to affect or happen to someone or something in a negative or unfortunate way.
Examples:
befall tragedy, misfortunes befall. I hope nothing bad will befall my family during the storm.
Famine.
A severe shortage of food, often caused by drought, war, or economic reasons.
Examples:
Famine relief. Coal famine. The severe famine caused by the drought has left many people without food.
Apocalyptic.
Describing severe damage and destruction in past or future events, or the end of the world.
Examples:
Apocalyptic event. Have apocalyptic overtones. The apocalyptic landscape of burnt-out villages and bombed-out ruins spread out before them.
Devastation.
The act of causing great destruction or damage, often on a large scale.
Examples:
Financial devastation. Devastation to life. The economic recession caused devastation in the housing market, with many people losing their homes.
Banish.
To send away or exile, especially permanently or as a punishment, to ban or prohibit.
Examples:
Banish all terrors. Banish my wrinkles. The queen banished the traitor from the kingdom.
Ravage.
To cause damage to something badly.
Examples:
Ravage a country. Ravage the brain. A large fire ravaged the forest.
Subsist.
To support oneself or maintain one's existence at a basic level, to survive or continue to exist.
Examples:
Subsist on less than $1 per day. Subsist in poverty. In the wilderness, knowing how to subsist on limited resources is important.
Interlude.
A period of time between two events or periods of activity, often marked by a pause or break, a brief entertainment or performance between two larger acts or events.
Examples:
Musical interlude. Brief interlude. The interlude between acts allowed the audience to stretch their legs and chat.
Setback.
An unfortunate happening that hinders or impedes a reversal or check in progress.
Examples:
Major setback. Suffer a setback. The team experienced a setback when their star player was injured during the game.
Authoritarian.
Characterized by strict, absolute control and obedience to authority or rules, dictatorial and lacking in personal freedoms or individual rights.
Examples:
Authoritarian practice. Authoritarian government. The authoritarian leadership style left no room for dissent or alternative opinions.
Plunge.
To dive quickly and steeply downward, to thrust or throw into something. Noun, a steep and rapid fall.
Examples:
plunge into the water, plunge a dagger through his heart. The company's profits plunged after the recall of their new product.
Anarchy.
A state of society without government or law.
Examples:
anarchy in the classroom, lapse into anarchy. The concept of anarchy has been used in literature, music, and other art forms to explore ideas about power, freedom, and rebellion.
Vendetta.
A prolonged and bitter feud or conflict, often characterized by a desire for revenge, a series of retaliatory acts or actions against a particular person or group.
Examples:
vendetta feud, political vendetta. The mafia boss declared a vendetta against the rival gang for encroaching on their territory.
Feudal.
Relating to a system of government in which a lord has certain rights and responsibilities to vassals in exchange for military service or other services that developed in Europe in the 8th century.
Examples:
a feudal lord, feudal dictatorship. Lords and serfs characterized the feudal system of medieval Europe.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
ancestor language, earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Mow.
To cut down and trim grass or other vegetation, usually with a machine such as a lawnmower, to cut down or harvest crops.
Examples:
mow the field, mow a yard. My father likes to mow the lawn early on Saturday mornings.
Wildfire.
A large, uncontrolled fire that spreads quickly through a natural area, such as a forest, grassland, or mountain slope.
Examples:
wildfire spread, arson caused wildfire. The wildfire destroyed hundreds of homes and forced thousands of people to evacuate.
Volcano.
A mountain or hill, typically conical, having a crater or vent through which lava, rock fragments, hot vapor, and gas are or have been erupted from the Earth's crust.
Examples:
volcano alert level, active volcano. The island was formed by a volcano millions of years ago.
Landslide.
A large, sudden movement of a mass of rock, earth, or other material down a slope.
Examples:
landslide victory, prevent a landslide. The massive landslide buried the small village under a thick layer of rock and dirt.
Resilient.
Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions.
Examples:
a hard and resilient steel. Resilient population. She is a resilient person and has always bounced back from setbacks.
Quintessence.
The perfect example of a quality or class.
Examples:
The quintessence of virtue. Quintessence of life. The quintessence of the author's writing is the depth of emotion conveyed.
Projectile.
An object or weapon that is propelled through the air, with or without explosive power, something that is launched or thrown with great force.
Examples:
Projectile weapon. Projectile motion. The projectile launched from the cannon sword and landed in the target zone.
Hurl.
To throw something with great force.
Examples:
Hurl a brickbat. Hurl a cup out of the window. She angrily hurled the book across the room.
Zeus.
The king of the gods in ancient Greek mythology, who was the god of the sky and thunder, and was the most powerful of the Olympian gods, who resided on Mount Olympus.
Examples:
Zeus statue. Greek mythology Zeus. The Temple of Zeus at Olympia was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world.
Electrify.
To make a machine or system work by using electricity, to make someone extremely enthusiastic about or interested in something.
Examples:
Electrify the audience. Electrify a manufacturing process. The product developed through years of research continues to electrify the market.
Forfeit.
To lose or give up something as a penalty for wrongdoing, to renounce a right or privilege.
Examples:
Forfeit your deposit. Forfeit a legal right. The defendant may have to forfeit his assets as part of his punishment.
Housework.
The tasks involved in cleaning and maintaining a house.
Examples:
Housework robot. Light housework. She didn't mind doing the housework as long as it kept her busy and productive.
Optimism.
A feeling or the belief that good things will happen, or the quality of being full of hope and emphasizing the positive aspects of a situation.
Examples:
Sense of optimism. Political optimism. There is considerable optimism that the economy will recover soon.
Morose.
Having a sullen and gloomy disposition, characterized by a persistent and unchanging negative attitude.
Examples:
Morose attitude. Morose atmosphere. He became morose after his favorite team lost the game.
Glum.
Looking or feeling dejected, characterized by a gloomy or depressed mood.
Examples:
Glum expression. Glum mood. She looked glum after receiving the disappointing news.
Heuristic.
Relating to a trial-and-error method of problem solving, often involving learning from one's mistakes and using feedback to improve one's approach, also used to describe a problem-solving method or approach that is practical, efficient, or intuitive.
Examples:
Heuristic reasoning, heuristic algorithm. The teacher used a heuristic method to teach the complex topic in a simple way.
Satirical.
Characterized by the use of criticism that ridicules human folly, vices, or weaknesses through humor, irony, or sarcasm.
Examples:
Satirical article, satirical humor. The satirical cartoon poked fun at the politicians in a clever way.
Capitalize.
To write a whole letter or the first letter of the alphabet as a capital, to provide a company, etc. with the money, to take the chance to gain advantage from something.
Examples:
Capitalize on an interest. Capitalize the first letter of a word. You must capitalize on your full of opportunities to become a professor.
Morbid.
Characterized by a preoccupation with death or unhealthy topics or behaviors, gruesome or disturbing.
Examples:
Morbid fascination, morbid joke. The decayed and morbid atmosphere of the abandoned house scared her.
Pessimistic.
Tending to see the worst aspect of things, or expecting the worst possible outcome.
Examples:
Take a pessimistic view of life. Pessimistic for our survival. She was unduly pessimistic about her future.
Complacency.
A feeling of self-satisfaction or contentment, often resulting in a lack of motivation to improve or address problems.
Examples:
Dangerous complacency. Avoid complacency. The team's complacency led to their defeat, as they didn't put in the effort needed to win the game.
Rake.
A garden tool with a long handle and curved, pointed teeth used for gathering fallen leaves, grass clippings, and other debris from lawns and gardens. A dissolute or immoral person, often one who pursues pleasure and debauchery to excess.
Examples:
Bamboo rake. Rake's behavior. The golf course has special rakes for smoothing out the sand traps.
Muck.
Dense, wet, and dirty matter or waste, often found in soil or on the ground, animal waste.
Examples:
Construction muck. Muck on clothes. The horses waded through the muck in the field after the rainstorm.
Indiscriminate.
Done or occurring without any particular aim, purpose, or discrimination, haphazard, random, or careless.
Examples:
Indiscriminate violence. Indiscriminate use of force. The indiscriminate spraying of pesticides is harmful to both the environment and people's health.
Merry.
Cheerful and lively, often with a sense of joyfulness or celebration, characterized by a happy or festive mood.
Examples:
merrymaking, merry laughter. We had a merry time at the Christmas party, singing carols and drinking eggnog.
Thoughtless.
Lacking consideration for others, inconsiderate, not reflecting on one's actions or words, showing a lack of thought or intelligence.
Examples:
thoughtless comment, thoughtless mistake. The thoughtless actions of the students caused damage to the school property.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
institutionalize a system, institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Smashing.
Very successful or impressive, causing something to be broken or destroyed.
Examples:
a smashing blow, give smashing results. The band's new album was a smashing success, reaching the top of the charts.
Swamp.
An area of low-lying land that is flooded or saturated with water, often having a growth of natural vegetation.
Examples:
muddy swamp, swamp tour. The lowland swamp was full of dangerous animals and poisonous plants.
Mystical.
Relating to or characterized by spiritual powers, beyond ordinary understanding.
Examples:
mystical intuition, mystical belief. While meditating, he had a mystical experience and felt a sense of unity with the universe.
Dialectic.
A method of inquiry and discussion that involves examining and resolving opposing or conflicting ideas or arguments, a discourse or dialogue that seeks to find the truth through logical reasoning and inquiry.
Examples:
dialectic mathematics, Hegelian dialectic. The transcendental dialectic in Kant's philosophy seeks to uncover the illusory knowledge pure reason claims to attain.
Enlightenment.
Education that results in understanding and the spread of knowledge.
Examples:
spiritual enlightenment, enlightenment activity. He finally brought his enlightenment to perfection.
Unsolved.
Not yet understood, explained, or resolved, remaining a mystery or enigma.
Examples:
unsolved mystery, unsolved crime. The case remains unsolved after years of investigation.
Gargantuan.
Of immense size, volume, or magnitude, gigantic.
Examples:
Gargantuan size. Gargantuan appetite. The construction of the gargantuan skyscraper was an engineering marvel.
Decarbonize.
To stop or reduce emitting carbon gases, especially carbon dioxide, by replacing energy made from fossil fuels with renewable energy.
Examples:
Decarbonize their manufacturing process. Decarbonize its energy system. We have to seek methods to decarbonize its fossil fuel economy.
Shortcoming.
A lack or deficiency in a particular respect, a fault or defect.
Examples:
Have a serious shortcoming. The shortcoming in the system. The company's main shortcoming was a lack of innovation.
Perversity.
The quality or state of being intentionally contrary or difficult to deal with, a tendency to behave in a way that is improper, unacceptable, or unreasonable.
Examples:
Psychological perversity. Constant perversity. The judge was taken aback by the defendant's perversity, even after all the evidence was presented.
Utopian.
Ideal and perfect, relating to or resembling a utopia, equals an ideal and perfect society.
Examples:
Utopian society. Utopian goal. He had a utopian vision of a world without war.
Stardust.
The particles of matter that exist in space and which are thought to be the remnants of stars and other cosmic events, a poetic or romantic term for anything believed to be magical or ethereal.
Examples:
Stardust particles. Stardust trail. The universe is made up of stardust that formed after the Big Bang.
Worldview.
A particular philosophy or cognitive orientation of life or conception of the world.
Examples:
Mainstream worldview. The worldview of the ancient civilization. The war between the two countries was also a battle between competing worldviews.
Acquaintance.
A person one knows, but who is not a close friend.
Examples:
Acquaintance with a language. Business acquaintance. I met him at a party, and we quickly became acquaintances.
Encompass.
To surround or cover something completely, to include a large number of or different types of things entirely.
Examples:
Encompass a broad range. Encompass the enemy. The optimal solution that would encompass all these elements has yet to be proposed.
Tribulate.
To cause someone to undergo severe hardship or distress, to afflict, to troubles, to suffer.
Examples:
Was tribulated by war. Tribulate villagers. She had to tribulate through many difficulties to achieve her goal.
Woe.
Significant problems or troubles, great unhappiness.
Examples:
Economic woe. Full of woe. Recurrent financial woes hampered his subsequent career.
Admittedly.
Used to acknowledge a fact or statement, often one that weakens or contradicts an argument or opinion, conceitedly.
Examples:
Admittedly true. Admittedly controversial. The book was admittedly difficult to follow, but still worth reading.
Epiphany.
A moment of sudden and great realization or revelation, a Christian festival, held on January 6th, celebrating the visit of the three wise men to the infant Jesus.
Examples:
Epiphany about life. Feast of Epiphany. She had an epiphany while meditating and realized the answer to her problem.
Fury.
Intense and often violent anger.
Examples:
Market fury. Fury of the storm. The crowd's fury was palpable as they shouted and protested against the government's decision.
Eradicate.
To get rid of or destroy something completely, especially something bad.
Examples:
Eradicate the deficit. Eradicate racial discrimination. We are trying to eradicate this disease from the world.
Numb.
Unable to feel physical sensation and movement, not showing human feeling or sensitivity.
Examples:
Numb with cold. A numb mind. My left arm became numb.
Helpless.
Unable to take care of oneself or to do things without help.
Examples:
Helpless baby. Helpless victims. I feel so helpless without you.
Heroic.
Courageous and daring, having or displaying qualities appropriate for legendary figures, that is, courage and daring.
Examples:
A heroic poem. Heroic explorers. The heroic actions of individuals are now easily spread worldwide by SNS.
Flare.
To burn brightly with a sudden, intense burst of flame or light. Noun, a sudden and brief burst of bright flame or light, a sudden and intense burst of radiation from the sun's surface.
Examples:
Flare up into a major crisis. The flare of a match. The sun flared and caused a sudden brightening in the sky.
Pitiless.
Without pity or mercy, relentless, ruthless, displaying no compassion or concern for the suffering or well-being of others.
Examples:
Pitiless treatment. Pitiless injustice. The pitiless dictator showed no mercy to anyone who opposed him.
Jeopardy.
The state of being in danger or at risk of harm or loss.
Examples:
Put his life in jeopardy. Tax in jeopardy. The project is in jeopardy of being cancelled due to a lack of funding.
Ruthlessly.
Without compassion or pity, mercilessly.
Examples:
Ruthlessly efficient. Judge ruthlessly. He ruthlessly cut ties with anyone who crossed him.
Crooked.
Not straight or aligned, bent or curved to one side, not honest or fair, characterized by deception, fraud, or wrongdoing, irregular, uneven, or jagged in shape or form.
Examples:
Crooked smile. Crooked line. The table leg was crooked, causing all the cups to slide to one side.
Astound.
To surprise or shock someone with wonder very much.
Examples:
Astound everyone. Astound the viewer. The final result was nothing short of astounding.
Endow.
To give a quality, ability, or asset to a person or institution.
Examples:
Endow him with the power. Endow the scholarship. Some people believe that human is endowed with reason and capable of distinguishing good from evil.
Recursion.
The process of repeating or looping through a set of instructions or functions within another function, often used in programming and computer science.
Examples:
Recursion depth. Recursion limit. The team encountered an infinite recursion error in their code, causing the program to crash.
Instinct.
An inborn behavioral pattern that is often responsive to specific stimuli, an innate feeling that causes you to act or believe that something is true.
Examples:
Instinct for self-preservation. Aggressive instinct. When faced with a dangerous situation, his initial instinct was to flee.
Ingenuity.
The quality of inventing things or solving problems in clever new ways.
Examples:
The infinite ingenuity of man. Abound in ingenuity. Creativity and ingenuity are often brought about by extreme concentration.
Endowment.
A fund or financial support, either from a charitable organization or from an individual or group of individuals, to support a specific purpose or organization.
Examples:
Education endowment insurance. Endowment gift. The wealthy benefactor's endowment helped the university build a new library.
Magnify.
To make something look bigger than it really is, especially by looking at it through a lens. to make something bigger, stronger, or louder.
Examples:
Magnify the danger. Magnify the image for display. Terrorists often attempt to magnify the economic impact of their acts of destruction.
Augment.
To increase the size, extent, quantity, etc. of something by adding something to it.
Examples:
Augment the reality. Augment immunity. Economic factors and monetary policy augmented inflation.
Puny.
Small, weak, or frail in size, strength, or appearance, insignificant or unimportant in value or impact.
Examples:
Puny muscles. Puny excuse. The weightlifter could easily lift the puny dumbbell with one hand.
Skepticism.
An attitude of doubting or questioning that claims or statements are true or valuable, or that something will happen, the disbelief in any claims of ultimate knowledge.
Examples:
Natural skepticism. Skepticism toward bureaucracy. This party expresses skepticism about the efficacy of the health insurance system.
Dogma.
A belief or set of beliefs that the members of a group accept without being questioned or doubted.
Examples:
Religious dogma. The secret dogma. All members strictly followed the dogma of the organization.
Eke.
To make a living or support oneself with difficulty, or by supplementing one's income with additional work or resources. To manage or get by with what is available, often by means of careful or thrifty measures.
Examples:
Eke out a few extra dollars. Eke out a narrow victory. He managed to eke out a living by doing odd jobs.
Grind.
To reduce something to small particles or powder by crushing or rubbing it, to work hard over a long period of time.
Examples:
Grind away at my work. Grind your teeth. She had to grind the coffee beans before making a fresh cup.
Penetrate.
To pass into or through something, often by overcoming resistance.
Examples:
Penetrate a cell. Penetrate quickly into the skin. Western ideology slowly penetrates through the Eastern countries.
Cosmos.
Another name for the universe, mainly used when it is thought of as an ordered system.
Examples:
Exploration of cosmos. Origin of the cosmos. Supercomputers enable scientists to create computational models of the cosmos.
Enslave.
To make someone a slave, to deprive someone of their freedom of choice or action.
Examples:
Enslave poor peasants. Enslave indigenous people. Her beauty enslaved me completely.
Oppress.
To treat people in a cruel and authoritarian way, especially by denying them the same freedoms, rights, etc. as other people.
Examples:
Oppress the minority. Oppress the people with force. Historically, many countries have often oppressed certain religions to gain the support of the majority of the population.
Peril.
Serious and great danger or risk.
Examples:
The peril of the sea. Environmental peril. Due to hunger, the lives of the refugees were in peril.
Conceive.
To have or develop an idea, a plan, etc. in mind, to become pregnant.
Examples:
Conceive of an idea. Conceive a child. I can't conceive he'd want to harm us.
Flourish.
To grow or develop vigorously or successfully.
Examples:
Flourish economically. Flourish worldwide. The Ottoman Empire flourished for over 5 centuries.
Sentient.
Having the ability to perceive or feel things, particularly through sense perception like touch or sight, especially at higher levels of intelligence and consciousness.
Examples:
Sentient beings. Sentient robots. Animals such as dolphins and elephants are highly sentient and intelligent creatures.
Coercion.
The use of force, threats, or intimidation to persuade someone to do something against their will. The practice of controlling or manipulating someone through the use of power or authority.
Examples:
Coercion through force. Physical coercion. The government used coercion to force citizens to comply with pandemic restrictions.